All right, so surprise video number 2 for this wonderful Saturday. It is currently, check this out, it's currently 19:35 p.m. We're going to go over here, and after 3 times, I'm still trying to process and publish my first video from this morning. I just wanted to show you guys there is a morning video out. Unfortunately, it's just taken all day to process and publish. I've re-uploaded it 3 times. I'm going to do the same with this one, but the current date is 24 October, and like I said, it is 19:36 p.m. So whenever these process and publish, whenever these finally do get through, you guys will have a date and time reference as to when I recorded them and tried to upload them. Civil War. This scary statistic by BuzzFeed News predicts growing U.S. political violence, whatever happens on Election Day. They don't think it's going to be tied to either candidate. They think it's going to just be a result of socioeconomic inequality. That's the long and short of it. Peter Turshin, one of the academics, says the tendency is to blame Trump, but I don't really agree with that. The most dangerous element in the mix are Turshin and George Mason University sociologist Jack Goldstone is the corrosive effect of inequality on society. They believe they have a model that explains how it escalates and leads to political instability, worsened by elites who monopolize economic gains, narrow the path to social mobility, and resist taxation. As we go down here, they show their political stress graph from the Civil War to now. I guess 1860 being the start of the Civil War and 2020 being what we have here. It's spiking way above and much faster. That's all interesting stuff. And as we go down here, we can talk about what the guy calls America's first Civil War. They talk about a bunch of issues, but the social problems are the gasoline. Trump is throwing the matches. The social system we live in is extremely fragile. Excuse me. That's a sneeze, not coronavirus, just in case y'all wonder. No matter what the outcome is, it's going to be disputed by some components of the other side. The difference is that the Trump forces have militias that have some capability for violence and mayhem. On the other hand, what they discount is that the left, Antifa and Black Lives Matter, have become increasingly militant and armed and have been shooting Trump supporters. Civil war has been predominantly a phenomenon in low-income countries. Another influential study published in 2000 by the economist Paul Collier of the University of Oxford, now at whatever, suggested that an armed group's ability to seize control over significant economic resources, such as diamonds in several conflict-prone African nations, were a key driver of modern civil wars. As a rich nation with a diverse and robust economy, the U.S. should have a fairly low chance. And if push comes to shove and order needs restored, few political experts in conflict expect even a well-armed militia to be a match for federal law enforcement or National Guard. Really? Really? Do you think we was fighting a standing army in Afghanistan? Real question. What do you think those people was? Militias. Technically, they was guerrilla insurgents, but let's just call them a militia. The circumstances in the 19th century that led to the U.S.'s bloodiest conflict in history were also unusual. The young nation was growing, adding states that either opposed or supported slavery, creating fundamental economic and moral divides that couldn't be easily resolved. But recent events notably the plot by a group of right-wing militants to kidnap and kill the Democratic governor of Michigan over her policies, have shocked even skeptics of the idea that the U.S. is teetering on the blink or the brink of civil conflict. Fragile States Index shows the U.S. is becoming a less cohesive society. I don't know what any of these numbers mean, what any of these graphs, or why any of this is like, going up or down. There's no information given. It's just like, here's a graph. And oh, look, here's the line for the United States. It's high. That must be bad. So let's pause here because we're going to make this a short video. Do I believe that this is a legitimate study? Yes, to an extent. I personally believe that we're seeing a growing civil conflict and no hope of anybody peacefully accepting the results of the election, regardless of who wins. I've been saying that to you guys. That is not an opinion formed thanks to this article. Go back and watch my videos. I've been saying it. I also believe that around February is when we're going to see some sort of conflict take place. And I just base that solely on the idea that November we have the election. They allow counting until around December. In December, the lawsuits start. In January, I look for either the House to take over or the Supreme Court to get involved, and then all of it to resolve by February. And when it resolves, both legally and through the governmental process, I suspect the losing side may very well take up arms under the direction of whatever leader they have. Maybe not. Could be wrong. Been wrong before. Can't even spell half the time on my on my thumbnails, so I could easily be wrong. However, more and more people are coming around to not only the idea, but the same thought process as me, that the dominoes are falling over and there's only one place it leads. That's all I got for this fine Saturday evening, boys and girls. I hope you guys have had a great day. I built some planter boxes, so check those out on Twitter @ThisDeadRabbit, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye-bye.